Welcome to a 1v1 on Angoville. This is going to be an Angry Bears in-house game, I assume. It might be, might be an auto match. Maybe they just randomly found each other. I don't think so, though. I think they're having like a tournament, Angry Bear tournament, 1v1 thing, event. Inter-clan, intramurals, or whatever you want to call it. So, pretty sure that's what this is. Either way, Beemer, we know he's been on the show a couple times. He loves himself some recon company as U.S. forces, but since he's playing as Oster this game, that's obviously not going to be what he's doing. He's fielded mechanized assault, close air support, and lightning war, so see what he chooses to do. No commander selections yet. Going with a sniper opening. MG42 straight into the cutoff house. Double pios into snipers. So interesting choice. Running around chasing off a squad of combat engineers there in the very beginning, and his opponent is Cabreza. Uh-oh, Napalm's here. Napalm's here. He's gonna decide which of these players is just not up to snuff, apparently. And toss him out of the clan for not consuming enough salmon during this game.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
And Cabreza will be fielding Soviet Shock Army Guard motor and shock rifle. So pretty much totally standard stuff from both of these players as far as commanders, but no selections yet, and we're going to have a 4 conscript opening to the sniper opening. Sniper has yet to engage. 2 conscripts go left, 2 go right, and pios are going to take control of the various territories on both sides of the map, and conscripts obviously win the engagement for that side. The MG42 leaves this building, tries to make an aggressive push for the yellow one right here, sees the conscripts coming and changes his mind, sets up on the way. Conscripts fortunately don't notice until a little late, and try and oorah into a house, but they're getting suppressed. Sniper is working on the conscripts over here on the right side from a position in the shrubs. Takes out 3 of them before they even react, haven't even moved. Conscripts do make it inside of this building. And that sniper just nabbed 4 kills. Really late retreat from those conscripts. Sniper's probably going to move to fire on these next, but he's not kiting. Keep moving! Ah! Really close to going down. He's probably like 1 volley from death. He would not camo right there. If he rounds this corner, he might be okay. Barely. A lot of conscript shots missed right there. That is a very lucky sniper. But the cutoff house looks like it's about to get taken. Conscripts jumping in. Meanwhile, this squad of cons is still working the left side. It's about to have all of that captured. Tier 2's been constructed as well, and Molotovs have been researched, so there they are. First Molotov tossed in this engagement. Takes out 1 grenadier with a lucky crit. It looks like the engagement could go either way, honestly. Those conscripts are a little bit low, so are the Grens. MG42 moving up to try and add some damage. I feel like this retreat might have been a little premature. I mean, he doesn't want to lose the squad, but I think he could have... I don't know. There probably wasn't really anything to gain by sticking in that house. Support wasn't really anywhere nearby unless he ran this squad over there to support in the engagement, but since they were busy capping over there, decided to just get that squad out of there without taking any further manpower bleed, but that will open things up for Beemer to start retaking territory over on the right side, and he's had these 2 victory points on the right for this entire time, so he's actually in a pretty good position for VPs, almost about to take a small lead. 6 minutes into the game, keeping things pretty much even. Definitely a good thing to do is Ostera. He really needs to keep that sniper alive, though. Fortunately, the Soviet player has not gone tier 1, which means he has no natural counters to the sniper other than just well-executed infantry flanks. So, in theory, he should be able to keep it alive, as long as he doesn't let this happen. This is that well-executed infantry flank I was talking about, coming up from behind on that sniper. Oh, he needs to make up his mind about where to go. He's so out in the open. Run! Oh my god, just camoed at the last possible instant. He needs to keep jumping from camo to camo in order to not lose this unit. Circling around behind the house before retreating. Rounds back around to the south corner and somehow manages to get that thing to safety. He needs to be a lot trickier with that sniper's movements. If you saw him sort of dancing and then running out into this open field, probably not what he should have done. He probably should have run east along this fence.
They've opened up on us!
He probably could have gotten some shots off and not even had to retreat. But either way, it's still alive. We'll make it back to base, and the medic bunker's going up to get that healed up now, since it's probably one hit from death currently. Over here, conscripts are grabbing the left side cut off. Apparently a Molotov killed some people. Both buildings are secured by a Maxim and conscripts, while another squad makes its way over to the victory point there in the northeast. And Grenadiers, not that much health, are about to get pushed off the left side by these conscripts. So,
AT gun is ready for combat.
64 people can play in total. Royal Legion, good question. 64 slots, and you can see that in the rules. And I will link the rules in chat. Moobot's probably going to be linking these rules a lot. But I'll link them too, because everybody should read them. Flamethrowers. 2 flamethrowers researched over here by Beemer, trying to take back control of the left side. Ooh, that Molotov though. Jeez, retreat, Beemer. Stuck around way too long with that wounded squad. I don't know what he was thinking. And then jumps into the Molotov afterward with the Pyos. Took a lot more losses during that than he had to. Lost a full squad, flamethrower squad, and a bunch of damage on those guys. Just because he was too lazy to dodge a Molotov. Maxim vs MG42 fight happening between these buildings. Apparently the Maxim is winning. Armor-piercing rounds thrown on the MG42 to try and give it a small advantage. I don't know. Doesn't have a whole lot of health right now. Just sniped the gunner. Wow, it's actually doing pretty good. Apparently if you throw AP rounds on the MG, it can do some good work on the yellow house. It's kind of a fun fact. I've never seen it so effective at range. And in combination with the buff the MG42 recently received, I guess that makes sense. Ooh, that was a nasty grenade. Around the corner by shock troops, which have been fielded by Cabreza, who has chosen shock rifle. Pretty sure that's the only shock troop commander he had, so his hand has been played. Which means Beemer needs to react to that decision. Lightning War would obviously give him access to the Tiger tank to counter the IS-2, or he could go close air support if he wants to take it on with anti-tank planes, or of course mechanized assault can allow him to apply early pressure, since mechanized assault's a really good commander for punishing call-in strategies. Which it looks like Cabreza are going to employ here. No tier 3 structure, and he has purchased himself a field gun for protection against a Stugi, but he's just left it in the base for now, Captain Price style. Over here on the left, a half-track has been fielded to support a flamethrower Pyo group. So this engagement should go to Beemer, assuming nothing disastrous happens with flame crits. Although that was kind of a near miss. These two squads are not capping. Engagement on the left taking up a little too much of Beemer's attention. He needs to keep this squad reinforcing, this squad moving, these squads capping. It's a lot for him to manage right now, and he's being a little bit inefficient about it.
Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades.
Your predecessor died a hero!
Ready!
Aim fire on this position! We are bleeding, comrade! Waiting order!
Oh, run!
Ambush camouflage now.
Run, little conscripts! Wow, why would those Panzer Grenadiers switch targets right there? And then retreat? That was a one engagement. I can't believe he just retreated from that engagement. Wow, his sniper retreated too. Man, Beemer could have played that so much better. And that Molotov crits his machine gun to death. I cannot honestly imagine how that engagement could have gone worse for him. That was an easy kill. I can't believe he switched targets and then retreated from a 3-man conscript squad with a 3-man Panzer Grenadier squad. feel like he misjudged that one a little bit. Oh man, his half-track died over here on the left side too. I don't even know how that happened. I missed that engagement.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Grenadiers moving up on the right side will salvage this situation, get the MG42 back under control, chase off the squad of cons. MG42 will probably have to retreat. He could have tried kiting, repositioning behind those Grens, but I think no matter what he did, he was going to lose that engagement. He could have at least forced a few munitions expenditures right there. He just didn't even bother. Sniper is capping on the left. It should not be doing that. It should be assisting in engagements against especially this squad. But if he's going to completely shift his focus over to the left side, then this could make more sense since these open fields are a lot easier to engage on with that sniper than this slightly more densely packed area. Couple squads reinforcing here in the base with healing. And Cabreza is up to 198 fuel, Beemer's up to 141. Neither one seems to have any intention of teching, but Beemer still hasn't chosen a commander, so it's kind of hard to say what he's going to do. He hasn't ruled out close air support yet, so anything's still possible for him. At 6 CPs would be a good time to go mechanized assault if he's going to, and start trying to box his opponent in with that Stug E. He's actually in a pretty good map control situation right now, so if he wanted to press that advantage, this would be a really good time to make that commander selection, especially against shock rifle, because the shock troops get destroyed by the Stug E. If you were to go double Stug E, you could try and seal the game right now. Double or triple, Paul style. He's got the fuel for 2.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
That grenade does nothing to turn the engagement in Cabreza's favor, and he's forced to retreat with 2 models remaining. Those conscripts will be soon to follow. Jumping into green cover to buy time while support arrives from the left. 2 squads of conscripts and a fresh shock troop squad making their way to the engagement. The sniper's currently not active for this engagement, and it's doing really poorly, by the way. If you're getting less than 1 kill a minute on your sniper, then you really need to change the way you're utilizing that thing, because it's pretty much just a huge manpower sink for no reason if you don't turn that investment around over the course of the game. That's not a good engagement for those Panzer Grens to be walking into, although I'm not entirely confident either player has noticed it happening. Shock troops walked right by into that machine gun. There's a grenade onto the MG42, but it's ever so slightly off target and won't do all that much. There's a bundle grenade on the shock troop squad. Oh, and the wipe! Run, Beemer! I don't know, will he get away with that miracle grenade? I think so. I think so. He gets out of there clean. Sniper still hasn't moved to engage. He's busy trying to pick off this Maxim crew in the building. MG42 does have to get out of there, though. That gets wiped again. How many times has that machine gun been wiped this game? Grenadiers are in a bit of danger as well. Another squad of Grens just got wiped right somewhere. I don't know. He's down to only 1 Grenadier squad. I don't know what happened to his other one. Sniper retreats as well, probably prematurely. And the MG42 will get stolen, putting Cabreza in a pretty strong manpower situation. He has a lot more squads than his opponent. With 250 fuel in the bank, it looks like Beemer teched. Yes, he did. He's going straight to tier 4, which makes me think close air support, almost certainly. Oh my goodness, please retreat. Beemer, you only have 5 squads. What could you possibly be managing right now that causes that to happen? It really looks like close air support from Beemer, although I don't know why he's not utilizing its other features.
Beemer8 flamethrower tanks are now available to burn the Germans back to Berlin.
Tier 2 only thus far. Extraordinarily late scout car. I don't know why he would purchase that. Maybe just to harass flamethrowers.
A squad of for retreat.
Maxim's retreating over there. Most of Cabreza's army massing over here on the right side. Stolen MG42 also available
There are no cowards here.
for whatever might choose to engage. Panzer Grenadiers are about to round the corner with LMG Grens and a 222. I don't think he can win against this. Maybe. He gets a really nice grenade.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
There's an AT grenade on the scout car, which he cancels, oddly. Rifle grenade over the hedge does basically nothing. Molotov will seal the engagement. Cabreza. That 222 is pretty much dead. Also does some pretty amazing maneuvering. There goes the LMG Grenadier. Sniper continues to be used as a capping unit, which is very inefficient, but he has managed to bring it over 1 kill per minute, so at least it's doing kind of okay. Keep kiting. Keep kiting. I don't know why those shock troops stopped.
We have lost a machine gun crew.
Wow, looks like this thing will get away, and it wipes the MG42. Okay, I stand corrected. Miracle scout car over there. Shock troops get away with a little health remaining. If he had just closed in on that sniper, he probably could have killed it. There's not much protecting it over here. AT gun certainly wasn't going to keep those shock troops away. Tier 4 is completed and a fresh squad of pyros is being fielded to throw up the structure. He is spending so much resources on tech that he has not purchased anything beyond these 6 units for a long time. 5 units really. These pyros are just hitting the field now. So, all things considered, Beamer's doing pretty good considering his massive investment. And once he's completed his tier 4, he'll eventually be able to throw out a something. Probably a Panther. IS-2s are available though. IS-2 is going to be hitting the field well before that Panther. Because it's so much cheaper than a Panther is. So much cheaper. The first one. Over the course of an extraordinarily long game, Tier 4 will eventually become more efficient, but...
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Cabreza will have a very strong advantage. Field gun has moved up to support the IS-2 against any threats that may emerge. Sniper retreating from the left side after taking a burst from the Maxim, I guess. Getting pretty aggressive with this tank. All of Cabreza's forces moving up to push Beamer completely off the right side. Although he does still hold the entire left uncontested, Cabreza may want to consider sending a couple squads over there to get that under his control next. There's the tier 4 structure. Beamer will be able to get himself a Panther as soon as he gets the manpower together. He doesn't have very much to support it with, but an AT gun and a Panther can feasibly take on an IS-2, or at least prevent it from doing anything super ridiculous like ending the game. But really, Beamer's almost certainly going to need that IS-2 to hit a teller mine or make some sort of horrible mistake. Or just get extremely unlucky somehow if he's going to be able to take that out. And again, no commander selection, and again, it very much looks like close air support makes a lot of sense. But he hasn't chosen anything yet. If he had access to an anti-tank strafe, that would certainly make taking out that IS-2 a lot more plausible. Stun round on those conscripts. And I'll reposition to safety. 222 is just kind of shooting stuff. It's probably gonna die. Maxim firing at the sniper will force it to retreat. Panther's about to complete. LMG Grenadiers from the right side trying to slow the victory point drain over here. Look like they will be successful. AT gun doesn't quite have a line on the scout car. Wow, and the Maxim gets killed. Left that in the building a little too long. I guess he was overly optimistic about that Maxim surviving against that sniper. IS-2 is rotating back over here to the right side. 222 is playing rather dangerously with that field gun and IS-2 right there. That sniper is probably being overly aggressive right now as well. Conscripts are jumping into the building. Ooh, conscripts in the house just sniped those friends on retreat. Sniper will get to safety. The Panther hasn't really done anything yet. Minesweeper squad is apparently going to be sufficient to chase away this stuff. I mean, it's just a minesweeper. It's not really going to do anything, Beamer. But again, he's woefully lacking in support. His minesweeper piles of his own are dead. His grenadiers also dead. I think Panzer Grenadiers may be optimistic. Probably just queue up more Grens and Pios. Panzer Grenadiers are kind of expensive. He doesn't have a whole lot of infantry right now. And IS-2 hasn't even really taken a scratch yet. Panther hasn't really either. Panzer Grenadiers are getting pushed all over the place by the scout car. Scout car is going to try and push away the minesweeper on the right. AT grenade on the Panther. No engine damage. He has fielded a fresh squad of Pios to get that thing repaired should it sustain any engine damage. Panzer Grenadiers in the building. Unload a volley. Panzer Shreks on the IS-2. Minor damage. They need to get out. They are on fire. And under a high explosive barrage from the field gun. There they go. Fresh Panzer Grenadiers making their way to the front lines. These guys don't have Panzer Shreks. Again, very much looks like close air support, but he hasn't chosen it yet. Maybe he wants to go double Panthers. I don't know. I really feel he could benefit from some extra munitions at this point. Left side will fall into Cabreza's control as he sends one squad of conscripts left to get that taken. S-mine field on the fuel point will cause the conscripts to take other stuff first. A lot of squads here in the base reinforcing. Cabreza should probably try and get those moving to support in the engagement for the right. Most of what Beamer has is over here, except for this one squad, which is awaiting some reinforcement. First squad of Grens being queued up. Panzer Grenadiers moving to engage conscripts and field gun at short range. IS-2 does not quite have a line. Molotov being tossed. No crits and the squad must retreat. Sniper might finish them. Shot misses. IS-2's at about half. Panther also at about half. A little higher than half. S-mine field kills a couple conscripts, but they are going to start taking control of the fuel. Victory point's still pretty even though. Beamer has a 50-point lead. Things aren't really moving in anybody's favor as of right now. The IS-2 clearly has an advantage, but with the AT gun there and the Panzer Shreks there, it still needs to be pretty careful. Cabreza has a pretty significant resource and army-sized lead, so he just needs to utilize his units effectively. His first priority should probably be trying to kill that sniper. He can find an opportunity to do so. He's got a second IS-2 now. This is going to give him a pretty big window of opportunity during which Beamer has only one tank which to defend with these two. Over here on the left side, the harassing squad of cons will retreat away from some Grens. Try and get that victory point under control. Panzer Grenadiers are spotting for the sniper, trying to push shock troops away over there on the right side, and some teller mines are going down. I can't believe he hasn't chosen a commander yet. 16 command points in. I don't know what he's waiting for.
We are ready to go, comrades. We are taking losses.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Your orders, comrade.
2 fully repaired IS-2s making their way to the right side. That sniper's a little exposed right now. AT gun is set up nicely. Panzerschreck's also well positioned. So, IS-2s will disengage. I don't think they had to. I honestly think they could just dive straight into this force and take out at least 1 or 2 priority targets before disengaging. I mean, they barely took a scratch, even walking straight into everything Beemer had to fight them with. Not sure why he disengaged. Wanted to get his own field gun into a better position, I guess, although he's kind of blocking his own tank's pathing right there.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Sniper's getting some shots off on the field gun. Panzer Grenadiers fall very low. Need to run away. Conscript keeps engaging despite being in range of those conscripts. Falls to about half health. This kite. Piles will move up to provide vision. Panther's available, but it's unlikely to keep this much infantry at bay. Piles are falling low and will get wiped. Wasn't monitoring them carefully enough. 2 AT guns set up over here now. Big hit on the scout car. It's got to pull back. Big stun round. Wow. 41 kills on the sniper, by the way. It's finally up to about 1.5 kills per minute, so it's actually getting a pretty good return on that investment now. Managed to get that sniper into the game. Took a little while, but he's definitely gotten value out of this unit. He should try to keep getting value out of it, though. If it were to die, you could safely say he got a good return on investment, but the longer it stays alive, the better. And it looks like Beemer is slowly losing the engagement for the right side. Scout car's about 1 hit from death. If those IS-2s would grow some balls and just go in and kill some stuff.
Replenished.
A scout car would probably be the first thing to go. With 2 AT guns set up to counter this push. Cabreza will once again disengage. Beemer almost seemed like he maybe had an opportunity to hunt and destroy this. Once the second Panther comes out,
Engineers ready for assignment.
maybe he will. He's going to start receiving some repairs now. Still no commander selection from Beemer, 30 minutes into the game. Reinforcing and healing here by the base. Once he's got a second Panther, there's really no reason for him not to go close air support. Or Lightning War. Lightning War would have Stuka close air support or relief infantry. Both of those could be pretty nice.
Contact with the enemy.
I don't think mechanized assault would really make any sense at this point, unless he just wanted light artillery barrage, but that obviously pales in comparison to the features of close air support's off-map abilities.
We are taking losses. Take cover. Man down. We are taking losses.
Grenadiers retreating from the left side. Panzer Grenadiers pushing away some conscripts. They hit some S-mines a little bit right here. So they're wounded and we'll definitely lose that engagement, especially with sniper support.
We are bleeding, comrade. Enemy is in
IS-2s are moving to counter this push. Ooh, that was close. Well, actually it wasn't anywhere near close, but It'll only take one shot from those IS-2s to kill that sniper, especially with... It doesn't even have to be that accurate of a shot with the top-mount machine guns. Incendiary artillery doesn't really hit anything. The terrain is making it rather hard for those tanks to connect. Second Panther's on the field. This one hit a mine on its way over to the engagement though, so not a very good engagement for Beemer to go into, and he's just going to pull back completely. The IS-2's also kind of not sure what they want to do. Panzer Grenadiers are going to go for it and try and get this fuel under control, despite both Panthers having to pull back for repairs. I doubt this is going to happen. And there they go. Apparently... Oh, he was just trying to pick up the Panzerschreck. I didn't even see it.
Incendiary artillery is now available. Enemy aircraft! Airstrike!
Wow. There's that 33rd minute commander selection. Plane crashes in the base. Doesn't hit anything, fortunately. Stupid dive bomb. That was just naive. I don't think Cabreza's that bad, Beemer. Come on. Dodges the dive bomb easily enough. Now that this is happening, Cabreza will have to be mindful of planes. He's doing a pretty not great job of getting victory point control, despite having 2 IS-2s against his opponent's Panthers. He doesn't seem to have most of the map. The only thing countering over here is these 2 AT guns, and this scout car has turned out to be way more of a nuisance than I thought it was going to be. I pretty much called its death like 2 separate times this game, but it's still kicking, causing problems. Conscripts will manage to steal 1 AT gun though. No AT grenade on that scout car, despite how incredibly easy it would obviously be to do so. Scout car. Oh, now he tries to AT grenade it. Scout car is trying to decrew that AT gun, but the Zis over here will finally kill it. Meanwhile, on this side of the map, Grenadiers are taking damage from IS-2 fire. I don't know why those IS-2s are being so ridiculously passive against a one-man Gren squad and a sniper that are basically committing suicide.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Panther falls to about half from Zis fire. Conscripts will get the AT gun there back under their control. Shock troops could probably clear that one too. These IS-2s just sitting here. Cabreza is struggling in engagements because half his pop cap is tied up in units that he's not really utilizing. Come on, don't dive bomb an IS-2 and expect anything to happen. Or, I'm wrong. And he will fail to dodge the Stuka dive bomb, but not die anyway, because I guess it doesn't do that much damage to IS-2s. That one looked like it hit directly. I don't think that was an AoE thing. I think it just takes a lot of damage to kill IS-2s. There's the shock troops jumping in. And then they stop moving. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, there they go. Grenade on the pack to clear it. And there it goes. Panther moving up on this lone field gun. The AT gun there has been recruited, but it's making its way back to base. Panther has to circle straight this AT gun a little. Second Panther might consider moving to assist in the engagement. Sniper's also trying to get that thing cleared. The IS-2s are slowly being repaired. This one gonna take a little longer. This one's good enough. Throw that into this engagement. Z-gun's gonna get decrewed any second. That'll be 2 stars of that gone. Conscripts on the right side won't last long against what's over here. They're ooh-rawing somewhere. Oh, trying to get an AT grenade off on the rear of this Panther, I think. they get wiped in the attempt.
Infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice.
The left side has been mostly taken by Cabreza's infantry, but he still doesn't have the cutoff right here. And the field gun somehow gets away.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Awaiting command.
Engineers have secured the sector. IS-2 report secure.
He's finally getting the cutoff back. Beemer's taking full control of the right side. It's kind of weird to see Oster prioritize the right so heavily, but his army composition actually does favor medium range engagements now, so Panthers, Panzer Shreks, except for the sniper, he doesn't have any of his AT guns left either, so pretty much every long range unit he had is gone, except for the Grens, I guess. I mean, I guess you could argue that Panthers are a long range unit, sort of, but I basically classify all medium tanks as medium range units for whatever reason, just because. If it's got a turret, I'll probably be fine at medium range. So is the IS-2 though. It's not like an Su-85 or a Jagdpanzer, where it really wants to engage at maximum range. But it certainly can. It's probably the most effective long-range medium tank in the game. New half-track making its way to the right side to try and establish a really strong front line. Recruise this AT gun, it's gonna get that reinforced. Look at all these teller mines. Tons of teller mines over here. If Cabreza makes the mistake of advancing with his IS-2s without minesweeper support, and he does have a minesweeper though, it's gonna be bad. Similarly, if Beemer pushes too hard on the left, he's gonna hit a bunch of mines, so it's gonna come down to who can execute a better play with their minesweepers, tanks, and other various supporting units. Like most climactic engagements in KO2, it comes down to positioning, micro.
Structure complete.
Little base harassment here. Taking out the tier 4 structure would definitely be a setback. That thing costs, I don't know, not that much. It doesn't actually cost all that much, honestly. Stuka dive bomb to push those IS-2s away. It's kind of a lot of munitions though. The tank strike would have been much more likely to actually hit something. Fuel cache is probably going to go down. That tier 4 structure may or may not survive. Cabreza's clearly trying to bait those Panthers into aggressively chasing and hitting a mine, making some sort of critical mistake. But all he really needs to do is park them out in front of his base to keep those IS-2s away. S-mine going on the victory point over here. If they're just gonna stare at each other, that very much gives Beemer the advantage. The ball's in Cabreza's court right now. If he doesn't make a play for the right side and get 2 victory points under his control, he just runs lower and lower on time. I mean, they're both pop capped. This is their late game army composition. Nothing's going to change from this point forward. It's not even really about resources anymore. It's about VPs, and they can't just sit around hoping for the best. Well, Beemer can. Cabreza can't. Here he comes again. Beemer's quite ready for this, though. Cabreza's clearly going to have to try a different approach. Some much for that minesweeper squad. Trying to take this cutoff with this much stuff in the retreat path. Clear, quite dangerous. Flamethrower upgrade on the half-track, that's kind of fun. I mean, why not? He's close air support, so he has no shortage of munitions. He needed the late game half-track for reinforcement anyway. Gets a little bit of damage done. These Panthers are falling a little low. Needs to be careful. There is a stolen anti-tank gun right there to support this engagement, so needs to be careful. That Panther's gonna pull back for some repairs. Similarly, that IS-2 falling a little low needs to pull back for some repairs. The Flame half-track got way too aggressive trying to chase down that squad. I think it did wipe a squad, but it hit a bunch of mines in the road and was destroyed. Sniper's gonna get this sector back. 56 kills, still not that many for 42 minutes, but the fact that it's even alive for this long is a pretty good sign that that sniper was probably worth it. But clearly the manpower bleed it has inflicted this game has not been so drastic that Cabreza cannot easily field 100 of 100 pop cap of whatever units he wants in the shock rifle arsenal. 700 manpower in the bank, 440 fuel. He might consider one more squad of shocks to bring himself up to an even 100 of 100, or maybe some more combat engineers. Or he might consider trading a little more aggressively, losing some squads, and then fielding a third IS-2. He certainly can't just sit here on the left side of the map, though. He's running out of time. Gonna fall down to about 100 victory points very soon. 3 squads making a half-hearted push for the right side will fail, since they're just not gonna be able to take on everything over here without support from the rest of Cabreza's army. Those Panthers move to push him away. Be able to do so pretty easily. Plus the snipers available for this engagement. Although wasn't kiting as diligently as it could have.
Shock troops have arrived.
And is forced to retreat. There's the second shock troop squad. Recon pass, I think, coming in over the left side. Meanwhile, incendiary artillery dropped on a couple infantry squads. It's not going to hit anything, although those Panzer Grenadiers are going to get wiped for no good reason. Beamer needs to pay a little more attention. There's a tank strafe coming in on the IS-2 over here. Does a pretty good damage. Brings it down to half. That's going to force some repairs for a little while. Conscripts and shocks on the left side will eventually get pushed away by these Panthers.
Shock troops can now be used to crush the enemy.
We are bleeding, comrade!
And there they go. The push fails because Cabreza doesn't fully commit.
Incendiary artillery barrage ready to fire.
Looks like he's getting a little more serious. Brought one tank. This one's still receiving some repairs. One tank's not going to win against 2 Panthers and an AT gun, though. I don't know what he thinks this is going to accomplish. He's going to need some sort of miracle to win that engagement. He's up against 100 pop cap worth of Beamer's forces. He's not going to win with anything less than 100 pop cap worth of his forces, plus doctrinal abilities. Two is greater than 1. Superior numbers, kind of important.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
This shock troop squad sitting in the base could potentially lose in this engagement. This IS-2 sitting on a strategic point will definitely lose in the engagement.
You are showing weakness. We are down to 75 points.
75 points left.
We are taking losses!
Needs to make something happen here. There's one retreat.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Meanwhile, Beamer will harass the left side. That spare Grenadier squad. Oh! Hits the teller mine. Grenade toss on the machine gun to clear that out. IS-2 has been destroyed. This Panther maybe able to go down. Doesn't look like it though. Third IS-2 just got fielded. This IS-2 is not fully committing. It's disengaging. Which, I mean, it should do at this point because the engagement is lost, but this engagement could have just been done so much better by Cabreza. He didn't have Minesweeper support. He didn't seem like he really made up his mind that he wanted to fully go all in. Horrible play by that Panther, though. Fortunately for Cabreza, Beamer reverses this Panther into an enemy 18 guns. Pretty much lets that die for free. Its tank strafe is slightly off target. The Vet 2 IS-2 will get away. And these Panzer Grenadiers might die for no reason. There they go. So all in all, for Cabreza, that engagement could have gone worse. Recon pass coming in, plus Stuka dive bomb on the base. That might be on those infantry squads. He should move those. He thinks it's on the tank, but if it's on those infantry, ha! Okay, it was on the tank. Some more dead stuff over there. Well, I guess it could have been an okay engagement for Cabreza if he just had more time, but really nice victory point harassment over there by Beamer will seal the game. So GG for Beamer. It really just came down to victory point control here. It wasn't even really about the resources by the end of things. Cabreza still had 320 fuel in the bank. Manpower game was probably pretty much even, if not in Cabreza's favor, because he still has 2 tanks, but it just came down to VPs. GG. Axis wins.